Your tiny friend will never survive the arena, human, Kraxon sneered, his eyes gleaming with malice. Unless you think you can save him. The crowd's laughter echoed through the Zogon Galactic arena. Captain Mark Ryder, a Starfleet officer with a reputation for diplomacy and strategy, stood tall beside his friend Zik. The diminutive alien looked fragile next to the imposing figures of other species. Zik's large, expressive eyes met Mark's with a mix of fear and determination. Mark stepped forward, his voice steady. "I believe in my friend, and I accept your challenge, Kraxon. Together, we'll show the strength of unity." The arena buzzed with anticipation. Kraxon's sneer widened, confident in his impending victory. The trials would test every aspect of Mark and Zik's abilities, and failure would mean public humiliation or worse. As the challenge was formalized, Mark and Zik retreated to their quarters. Mark knelt to meet Zik's eye level. "We can do this, Zik. We'll combine your unique skills with my tactics. We'll prove them wrong." Zik nodded, a spark of hope igniting within him. "I'll follow your lead, Mark. Together, we'll prevail." The arena transformed into a simulated battlefield, a chaotic landscape filled with obstacles and adversaries. Mark and Zik entered, ready to face their first trial. "We need to stay low and use the terrain to our advantage," Mark instructed. "Your small size is an asset, Zik. Let's outsmart them." As the trial began, mechanical adversaries emerged from the shadows. Mark directed Zik to slip through narrow crevices, disabling enemies with quick, precise strikes. Meanwhile, Mark used his strategic acumen to outmaneuver larger threats, leading them into traps and ambushes. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the duo worked in perfect harmony. Zik's agility and Mark's tactics created an unstoppable force, turning the tide of the battle in their favor. By the end of the trial, the battlefield was littered with defeated foes. Mark and Zik stood victorious, the audience's disbelief slowly turning into admiration. Kraxon's confident facade faltered, but he quickly composed himself, hinting at even tougher challenges ahead. "Enjoy your victory, human," Kraxon called out. "The next trial will break you." Back in their quarters, Mark and Zik reflected on their victory. "We did it, Mark," Zik said, his voice filled with newfound confidence. "But Kraxon won't make it easy for us." "True," Mark replied, "but we're stronger together." Their performance had caught the attention of other species. A group of diplomats approached them, offering advice and support. "We were impressed by your strategy," a tall, reptilian alien said. "Use our knowledge of the arena to your advantage." The second trial was announced, a test of endurance in a simulated desert. As they entered the scorching environment, Mark and Zik felt the heat sapping their strength. They had to navigate treacherous terrain, survive blistering temperatures, and evade deadly creatures. Mark and Zik pressed on, their bond growing stronger with each step. They relied on each other, Mark providing guidance while Zik scouted ahead, finding hidden water sources and safe paths. As the trial dragged on, their endurance was pushed to the limit. Just when they thought they couldn't go any further, allies discreetly provided aid, an extra canteen of water here, a hint about a safe route there. Their support bolstered Mark and Zik's resolve, helping them push through to the end. They emerged from the desert, exhausted but triumphant. The crowd cheered, and even some of Kraxon's supporters began to doubt his inevitable victory. The final trial combined all previous elements: strategy, endurance, and unity. The arena morphed into a dynamic environment, shifting between various terrains and challenges. Mark and Zik prepared for their ultimate test. "We've come this far, Zik. We can't give up now," Mark said, determination in his eyes. Zik nodded. "We'll face whatever comes our way together." As the trial commenced, Kraxon's agents attempted to sabotage their efforts. Mechanical traps, misleading paths, and hidden adversaries lay in wait. Mark and Zik adapted quickly, using their combined strengths to overcome each obstacle. In a dense forest simulation, they faced a pack of aggressive creatures. Mark directed Zik to use his agility to distract them while he set up a trap. The plan worked flawlessly, showcasing their synergy. In a frozen wasteland, they had to build a shelter to survive a sudden blizzard. Zik's small hands were perfect for delicate tasks, while Mark's experience ensured their safety. The final leg of the trial was a climb up a steep, rocky mountain. Craxon's agents launched one last desperate attack, but Mark and Zik, driven by their unwavering bond, overcame the assault. At the summit, a fierce storm raged. Mark and Zik stood against the tempest, their victory within reach. Craxon himself appeared, determined to stop them. A tense confrontation ensued, but Mark's strategic brilliance and Zik's unexpected strength prevailed. With a final push, they reached the peak, the crowd erupting in applause. Craxon was defeated, his arrogance shattered. In the aftermath of the trials, Mark and Zik were celebrated as heroes. The crowd's cheers echoed through the arena, a testament to their resilience and unity. Craxon's downfall was swift. His influence waned, and he slinked away, defeated and humiliated. The other species in the arena now viewed Mark and Zik with newfound respect. "Together, we proved them wrong," Zik said, his voice filled with pride. Mark smiled, placing a hand on Zik's shoulder. "We showed them the power of unity, Zik. We're stronger together." Their victory had far-reaching effects. Other species, inspired by their example, began to seek cooperation and understanding. The once divided arena now buzzed with the promise of a brighter future. As Mark and Zik prepared to leave, they looked back at the arena one last time. "This is just the beginning," Mark said. "We'll continue our mission, spreading the message of unity across the galaxy." Zik nodded, his eyes shining with determination. "Together, we'll make a difference." The story ended on a hopeful note, with Mark and Zik stepping into their next adventure, their bond stronger than ever, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead.